I ran the disc earlier this morning because there's a number of spots in my hayfield where I had a campfire area and I had like the firewood and stuff there, or else there were a couple piles of logs and it killed all the grass there. And then I had my garden up here as well because I had turkey manure spread a few years and the piles had been there and killed all the grass as well, and I just decided to disc it up and try to see how I could get anything to grow for a garden. And so there's quite a bit of stuff that needed replanted. Went ahead and just disced it up and sowed some clover in it. And so now, in order to get dirt over it, don't need a massive amount of dirt over it, so you just need something light. And rather than buying a expensive piece of equipment, I just use an old bed spring. And you can really see the difference between where I ran the spring to where I didn't, where I just disced it up. You can see how it works as a leveler. That's pretty neat. The middle section there had just been disced, hadn't been smoothed yet, and you can see the difference there with the big clods and the rows and stuff. So a lot of times starting out in homesteading, you don't have the money for four-wheelers and other machinery and things like that. You might not have money for anything to pull around that bed spring. So you might have to be the old mule pulling it around. So all those tire drags and sled pulls that you did at the gym, they finally paid off. So obviously you don't have to run to do this, you can walk at a nice comfortable pace. That was just to show you how fast this can be done. And you know, really it's almost as fast as using a lawnmower or a four-wheeler. So there you go. So as much as I would like to get a good workout in, as much as I'm sure you all would like to laugh seeing me out of breath, because yes, after a while it is tiring. I got a ton of stuff I got to do here on the homestead, so I'm going to go ahead and just use the four-wheeler. And you can see here was the campfire area. I burned a bunch of stuff a couple months ago where the towel logs were. Show that area there. And now I'm going through the hayfield to show you that it doesn't tear up too much. So that was minimal disturbance there. I mean, I don't even see any grass stuck there. And now I'm going to go through the patch where I had one of the log piles. You can see off to the right. That's where I've already ran the spring. You see how smooth that is. There's a few clods, a few bits of stick and bark I got to pick up. But this is really like a poor man's landscaping rake, to be honest with you. Look at that. So this part might be tricky. I'm interested to see how this looks. I had dumped a pile of manure a couple months ago, tried to spread it out. I don't have a manure spreader, so I don't know how these clods of manure will do. Because, yeah, I've never really ran the spring over manure. So we'll see how this does. bad there. I'm going to try hitting this piece off to the left. Some of the bigger clods of manure, I ended up having to kick those around. The spring wasn't heavy enough to get them, but other than that, you can see, I think this did a great job. Here's the end product. I think it did a pretty good job. I just got to go through, pick up some of the remaining sticks, pieces of bark, things like that. But I think it did a great job at smoothing everything out, and it also covering the clover seed. Got the clover seed mixed in with the topsoil, so hopefully with the spring rains, this stuff's sprouting in no time, and then I can get my hayfield back. I'm very happy with how this bed spring did. Covering the clover up. It's not an actual landscaping rake, so you know, the place here, there was a garden last year that had the different rows in it. It's not entirely smooth. If I disc it up again and run it over, I'm sure I could get it even better, but just how it is now, I'm happy with that. With warm weather coming, it's early April, the spring rains on the way, you know, I'm sure clover will be growing here soon. So if anybody's ever tried this, let me know if anybody has any modifications to it. I've never put any weight on it. Maybe somebody's put weight on it. If somebody's done something like that, you know, let us know. I'm curious what other methods there are out there. So thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a good day.